say voice is like taking a phone call.
Basically,
yeah, I'm taking like a phone call.
Cheaper.
I know, taking the phone call, but then there are a lot of things where you type down, you see. That's voice, but just like taking a phone call, voice you may as well take a phone call and ring, of course it's cheaper, whatever. It's just like using the phone, you use voice, but internet, you go through internet, you go to type in a key, it's quite interesting. They use funny language.
All the slang and
all the slang ICU 4 ICU 4 ICU 4 2 9 ICU 2 9 ICU 2 9 NIT ICU 2 ICU 2 9 NIT. Okay, so ICU 2 9 email, private conversation. Anybody type into your email?
Unless you know the password.
Unless you know the password. They know your password, they can type. Okay. So, who has brought up all these things? Bill Gates. With Windows 95 is users friendly, but this was all in the think tank. This was all in the think tank. Now Bill Gates is coming to see Marty. Why must Marty go and see Bill Gates? See me, I'm here. Tomorrow I'm going there for a meeting. That's all. But the thing is, why Bill Gates? Take Bill Gates example. No need to see Bill Gates. Take his example of the think tank. Take all the ministers for a holiday to an island. Okay, Pulau Tioman, all the ministers there. Oh, think how to solve the crisis. Then who knows? Maybe one minister comes. Maybe all of them kind of thing. Then what do you do? Vetting. Vet now. Get vet and ministers for vetting. No wonder you minister.
Well, they must be on the same level. Whatever it is, they're still manipulating you. Bill Gates are Americans, all under a conspiracy. The more advanced technology introduced to country was now email. Unless you know the code, they cannot take what conversation. In the olden days, you see, they want to conspire the American embassy, they want to conspire anything conspiracy, they have to use a phone. So that anytime they can take the phone, they got the Malaysian government to listen to the now by email and so chop, everything. Few seconds you reach America, top bill to you. Is that so? Okay. So easy as that, man. So our government also, you know, deals now. So fast they act now there because of Bill Gates. So now Bill Gates is coming and say, Marty, you want to learn something more? Now I will teach you one more trick.
They have to use we had to invite Robert to go and see Martin how to solve the trick.
He has the people of same level.
Same field.
On the same level. Like if you have very called, if you, for example, you take all the ministers, I think the whole thing will become a problem. Because not all ministers are very versed with economics.
I think the economists.
Economics is understand peace. You see, I just set up a think tank. I said, your competency. You think about what makes you competent. They are not equal to me in level.
No.
Education-wise,
No.
or even economics.
Yes,
but they can give idea. You also can give idea.
No. If you are the think tank, a committee of a think tank, the people who sit down there must have the same level. You see, I give you an example. No, I'll give you an example. During the 85, the recession, the Singapore government formed a think tank. The think tank of the government is not the minister of the Singapore government, although it was chaired by the General Lee. You know,
Lee Kuan Yew's son was the chair down there. You know, who has they got? They got men in the streets who are all top business executives from Singapore company. So they sat down there, they had meeting, day and night, think of a way how to solve the problem, how to catch up the economy, the recession. That's why they were able to recover faster, and they were able to go forward so fast. Not the ministers. No minister. Although he was chaired by the Minister of Trade. All the top executives of the public company. Because we are talking of the same level. If you have all the ministers down there, I tell you, one is a lawyer, one is a doctor, one is an architect.
Then wet them, wet.
How to wet them? But then you know, political party, I am MICA, you are MCA. We are competition party, you cannot wet me. No way. That is the problem.
I think the think tank can be formed unless the member got interest inside it. I think Microsoft, after successful Windows 95, they will give share option for all the executives. And the option will be more. I think there is advantages lah. You want to be a think tank, you might have interest in the company. Maybe the government, if you want to be a think tank, maybe the member of the panel also might have interest inside.
You need a carrot or the principles of the carrot and the stick lah. Carrot. Yeah, that also can be done. Get the ministers. You don't get a carrot. You don't get a stick. How do you go? I mean, vet them, vetting. I think it's time that our PM must vet the ministers. Vet them better. Some ministers shouldn't be ministers that occupy the seats. Some ministers are just occupying the seats. But this is the time of economic crisis where the Prime Minister should vet. Now, why do they have an NEAC now? Who knows about NEAC? Put up your hand, please. National Economic, know something. Must be the National Economic Advisory, what? Huh? NEAC. Council. Okay. National Economic Advisory Council. You know that? Who is the chairman? They the chairman. And comprised of the board members, deputy prime minister also there, the vice chairman. Okay, but then they bring in time and all these people. So I would think that instead of having time, may as well take all the ministers go for holiday. I'm suggesting, like Bill Gates take all the ministers go. Okay, sit down, together with Mr. Cabinet Minister. Think how to solve the problem. Don't run it. No, we have issue now. Or think how to solve. Throw all your handphone. Don't bring your wives. Don't bring your secretary. Only you yourself. Come on, all sit down. Think. Give me a solution. No records lah. Think how to solve. It's the principles of solving the economic crisis. 我意思講 think tank 嚟講，揾一班人去想一個方式去解決呢個經濟，或者可能叫部長、副首相兩個，帶嘅部長成班去一個島放度假，做馬比嘅副部長帶嚟去度假，去想點樣去解決呢個經濟喎？ 或者呢個方式，好似 Bill Gates 咁，攞呢個方式。I think we are doing the same step. We are inviting you to go there. No. This one is different. This is nothing. It's nothing. What they think is meet the NEAC lah. I like to meet Diane. NEAC, Diane. I like to see with Diane. Must do some thinking with time. What they call a brainstorming session. They call it brain. Have you heard of brainstorming? it's called a brainstorming session. I like to have a brainstorming session with Danny. I don't know, I've said a lot, but after what I've said, then the government said, remember I talked to you about Southeast Asia, back our currency to Southeast Asian currency. Forget about pegging it with dollars. And now they are trying it. This I said much earlier than the government. I told the government hearing what I'm saying, and they're trying to put it into practice. To me, I think maybe they hear what I say, they want to put it into practice. I hope they hear what I say. Take the minister, go to Ireland and call a think tank. Take a brainstorming session. That would be good for the country. Okay? Actually, I've written this as a speech to be read by me for the annual dinner of the Malaysian Heavy Construction Equipment Owners Association. So I think I read the whole speech for you all to listen and see what you think about this. Okay? A thought in anyone's mind today is the economic crisis of any country. A foreign press encapsulates the country facing economic crisis within ASEAN is the projection of bureaucratic incompetency, corruption, and tribalism. The Malaysian Heavy Construction Equipment Owners Association gives our full support to the Malaysian government in its effort. We give our support in its effort to upturn the economic downturn. For which we pray for transparency in all matters pertaining to the economic factors which would help to solve the current crisis. Without transparency and in all secrecy, with an analytical mind and logical thinking, we cannot even assume to give a constructive criticism to bring about competency. In other words, as long as you have secrets, everything done is secrecy, we cannot have bureaucratic incompetency. Okay? Corruption is something which we cannot support and must not support, especially in facing this current economic crisis. Therefore, we call upon all our members here to abstain from corrupt practices in order to succeed, at least in the reduction of corruption. The authorities must examine their conscience and be brave enough to change certain rules and regulations which inculcate corruption. Say what you like, the more rules and regulations you have, the more it is open to corruption. Okay? One very good example is pertaining to 2-axle low loader is that 1 axle was allowed 15 tons in 1983, then reduced to 10 tons and further reduced to 6 tons from 1990 onwards. In other words, the low loader cannot even load the smallest excavator, which is 18.5 tons. But how in the world have these low loaders been moving the excavators, if not for corruption, and or moving them in the eerie AM hours to avoid detection? We appeal to the government to be realistic in increasing the tonnage of the 2-axle low loader back to 30 tons. Unless someone is to tell us that we are deteriorating in our road engineering, whereby in the past the same equipment can carry a heavier tonnage, and at present we can only carry a very much reduced tonnage. Then why the hell we require the engineers of today? Why the hell we require engineers of today? We may as well get road contractors or road engineers of the past. Yeah. We welcome the government's decision to freeze all corporatization and privatization, for which all such plans, whether yet to be enforced or in the process of doing so, must be suspended. We also welcome the recent statement by the Director General of Manpower Department, Datuk Zainal Abidin Abdul Rashid, calling the employers not to retrench workers but retrain them for better skill, for which training costs can be returned from the Human Resources Development Fund. We have now at least come to our senses. But then, what then of the privatization training of the operators of heavy equipment? Does this mean the crane operators testing and training Sdn Bhd, Courts and Academy Binan Malaysia ABM and other privatized training centers must cease operation? We therefore appeal to the government to be directly responsible for the safety costs for crane operators and reduce the cost to $600 in order to cut costs and increase productivity. Many of our members are operators, come work owners, and are prepared for the worst after the Chinese New Year. And in fact, notice has already been given. Either the operators work on a day-to-day basis or a reduction of salary. If they are to continue working, not that we want to imagine the worst. We have the equipment, but we don't have the job. As many of us have been given notice to even stop work. As many of us have been given notice to even stop work. Stop work. In such cases, it does not matter. It does not matter whether we have a certified operator or not. It doesn't matter. You have no job. When you have a certified operator, you have no job. We also appeal to the government to issue licenses to anyone who wants to do business, so that it will be more competitive and let the best survive. Malaysia's fear of the open market will not only give confidence for the foreign investment, but also to stabilize the currency crisis. We hope that tribalism would be a matter of the past. We give our support to the government, and we pray that the government will clear our dilemma in the heavy equipment industry. No God-fearing, intelligent and honest person in the world would fall trap to incompetency, corruption and tribalism. In monetary wise, we may be poorer by 40% today, but the experience will enhance our sustaining power to a think tank of 80%. And at the end, we will come out stronger. Why the NEAC? This is the best time for Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister to head their ministers in a think tank to solve the economic crisis in consideration of vetting out the incompetent executives. We look forward towards a matured Malaysian nation. Thank you. Do you like this speech? This is written by me. I never write speech. But because I want this to be given to the press. And then I'm not the least bothered. I'm talking about factual things. I'm not the least bothered. I'm talking about factual things. I'm giving the press. Okay? I want to also help the government. Unfortunately, we invited them, but they are not coming, the ministers. One of the ministers are coming. Never mind, I give it to the press. Okay? This is my address for the Heavy Equipment, Heavy Construction Equipment Owners Association. Heavy Construction Equipment. Malaysian. So this is my speech. Do you like my speech?
They invite you or you invite them? No, they invite you to go there.
No. This speech will be given by me on Monday.
Heavy Malaysia private university.
Oh, this one is a different thing. This one is the Rafidaizis. Rafidaizis department.
Think tank.
I want to go there and listen. I will listen to what the people have to say. But tomorrow I'm going there. 7:30 you must be here. 9 o'clock I must be there. I don't want to be late. Can 9 o'clock can I reach Rafidaizis office? Because 7:30.
Cannot. Jalan Butan. Very jam. Every day I go there for training.
7:30 yes.
Tomorrow we see Rafidaizis. I will listen to what she has got to say. Then I will tell her. It's called Dato'. Dato' Rafidaizis. Dato' Rafidaizis.